I don't know.
But yeah, if you're also really concerned about your weapon or getting broken or stolen, you may want to keep item on as one of your commands, because that will give you access to the draw weapon command, which allows you to get a weapon out of your stock.
But then you have a problem with the fact, like, I can't use a thief that's a fighter. It kind of limits what I'm doing. It's a double-bladed sword. I'm completely aware of this.
Yeah, true enough. You could also just use the thief support ability that can learn maintenance, which completely prevents any of your equipment from being broken or stolen.
Now that might be what I look into.
Yeah, I believe it's the survival vest that teaches it.
I'm pretty sure it is. But then, what happens if I wanted counter? I mean, there's so many things.
Actually, you can have both. Counter is reaction, and maintenance is support.
My bad. Mama Flan, huh? That name doesn't change, I don't think.
Yeah, there are certain names that are fixed.
Are you really? That's weird. It's sacrificing itself. Well, that's one less plan for me to fight.
True enough.
Do you say that often?
Probably do.
Just curious. I must have been bothering Sam. She turned on a fan. If that comes through in the recording, that is my fault. I apologize. Stupid flan.
Actually, I believe all the different flans have different names in this one. I believe the blue ones are ice flans. The yellow one's called a cream. And the red ones are called jellies. At least in this one.
It's cool. That reminds me of Final Fantasy II. When you're on the moon, there's all those different types of custard enemies, basically. Flans. You know. Oh,
yeah.
Oh no, that's gonna be a problem.
What's up?
I just went down.
Not magic uses. Oh, they probably have the 3rd level spells though. The
Yes,
Aga spells.
That's what did it. And I think what I'm going to do here to finish off this battle is group up the party. That way Elman can keep everyone healed.
But at the same time, you know, they'll be able to target your entire parties if you do that, so.
That sucks. I had to think about that for a second. I was like, wait a minute. How am I supposed to deal with this then? That's alright, I'll see if this does anything for me.
And also, another thing that there's actually a iPhone, iPod Touch, and Clickable iPod game that actually kind of borrowed heavily from Tactics Advanced and Tactics A2. At least in terms of the character sprites from the games. It was kind of a tower defense game where you placed all these different units that would damage the enemies as they came in a line to try and take away your crystals, and if they took away all 20, you lost.
That sounds pretty amusing, actually.
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to get right, too, because, you know, you have, like, a bunch of different classes. You have, of course, you have your soldiers and monks, which soldiers do damage to one enemy, whereas if you have a monk, it'll do less damage, but it'll do it to the different enemies that are grouped up close together.
That's nice.
You also have archers, which have a longer range but attack single targets, and you have your black mage, which is kind of a area of effect attack from a range. And you can spend your money that you get for clearing waves to place new units, level up the units you already have out.
I got
But but there's a kind of strategy to it, because if you just use all your money each turn, you won't get as much as a bonus for clearing the wave. But if you do as little as possible and still clear the wave with all your crystals intact, you get more of a bonus.
Very nice. Bonuses are my favorite. Well, not my
And
favorite.
of course, there's also like the time mage, which just slows the enemies that it hits down, and then there's the thief, that if an enemy dies and you're a thief, you get more money.
Nice. That's always beneficial.
Yeah, and plus there's 2 different levels of it. That's the basic level, and then there's another level that actually has terrain that can block your shots, as well as these crystals that you can place, and they have different units that you place instead. I mean, there's similar groups of units, but similar types, but some of them are unique to this one, like the Dragoon, which has a really slow attack rate, but monstrous power.
Why can't I hit both of you? Oh, there's too much space between them. Sorry about that. I was just having one of those in-game moments where it's like, I want to kill both at once. Why is this not happening?
Happens all the time with these sorts of games.
It's the height difference. That's one thing I liked about A2 though, was that you actually had ramps instead of just height changes.
Blocks.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna jump up 3 spaces. Nope, not unless you have spiked boots. I always thought those kinds of things were a little weird. How do spiked boots allow you to jump up higher? Just nothing about that makes sense.
Maybe the developers watched that one episode of SpongeBob. With these spiky cleats, anything's possible.
Oh, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I stopped watching that a long time ago.
Yeah, the newer episodes are getting pretty bad.
Trying to think, right when Derek Dryman and Stephen Hillman left, I believe it was Stephen Hillman, was when I stopped watching it. They were some of the original crew members to work on the show. And when they left, I was like, I don't think it's gonna get any better.
Yeah.
But what do you expect? That's what Nickelodeon does. They take a good show and make it worse.
Not all the time. I mean, the new Ninja Turtles show, they freaking have Kevin Michael Richardson as the Shredder.
How does that turn out?
I haven't watched it, but I know that Kevin Michael Richardson is just an amazing voice actor. I mean, the dude has range. If you've seen the Kim Possible movie, So the Drama,
No.
Kevin Michael Richardson, he voices this sumo ninja in that movie. At the beginning of the movie, the sumo ninja is all like, I am strong like the mountain! And then, right at the beginning of the movie, Ron gives him a wedgie. And then, he comes back later in the movie with this really high-pitched voice, I shall be avenged! No
sounds...
filter, no nothing. That's how amazing this dude's range is.
I've got range, but my voice pretty much sticks here most of the time. Unless someone pisses me off or I get surprised by something. In this case, I had to be quiet because my fiance is sleeping, of course. Sam, for the viewers. But, yeah. Maybe another time you will hear the range of this voice.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good... There's definitely a lot of good voice actors here, but then again, I can think we can safely say that pretty much any voice acting team is better than the Greek dub voice actors.
I don't know, and I don't think I want to know.
Literally, the Greek dub of voice actors is 2 men and 1 woman.
Wow.
And yet they actually are pretty darn accurate with their lines. I mean, you know how we got over 9,000 for Dragon Ball Z, most of the rest of the world got over 9,000.
Yeah.
In Japan, it was over 8,000.
Why?
No idea why we changed it from that, but they also, in Japan, they had over 8,000.
That's so weird.
Yeah, but in the Greek dub, like I said, but for how understaffed the Greek dubs are, you have to admit that they actually do. I've watched it, and they may be bad, but considering the low amount of manpower, they actually do a pretty decent job.
Well, they got all the work, so if they don't get any experience, there'd be a problem. But I think I have recorded quite enough for now. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you have as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're going to have to sit down and do this again real soon. My plan is to continue to have Silver here for the rest of the LP, just because he's one of the very few people who's enjoyed this game with me. But thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for joining me, man.
You're very welcome, and you viewers, you all have a fantastic day. Or night, whenever you're watching this.
And that's Silver Moon for you. Alright everybody, goodbye.